All right. My name is Lisa Perry. I'm the director of the Students First Center. And tonight we are going to go over next steps. We're going to go over health requirements. We're going to go over FERPA, and then we'll end with a live Q&A. What we have found this summer is that we've had plenty of time for questions at the end. So there'll probably be about 20 minutes for live Q&A. No need to raise your hand yet. And the typey type questions are not turned on because what we'll ask you to do at the end is raise your hand, raise your hand then and ask your question. So without further ado, I am going to let the rest of our panelists introduce themselves real quick, and then we will get started. So Seek, you're next on my screen.
Hi, everybody. So excited that you guys took time to join us. Future Bobcats, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sosik Chibukchen, and I'm Assistant Director here at Students First Center and hope to see you guys soon.
All right, Juan, you're next in my list.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, future Bobcats. My name is Juan Lopez. I am a proud UCM alum, and I'm an enrollment services advisor and the digital marketing coordinator here at the Students First Center.
All right. And Crystal, you're next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Reed, and I'm the insurance admin supervisor here at UC Merced.
All right. And Maichi.
Hello, everyone. Hello to future Bobcats. My name is Mai Chi Lor, and I'm one of the Bobcat academic advisor at UC Merced. So, welcome.
Thank you, everybody. So as you can see, we have a good variety of experts on tonight. The agenda, you can see, those are the topics we're going to focus on tonight. A couple of items to keep in mind. So the session is being recorded. We will get the session emailed out to everybody, and we will drop a link of where you can access these directly from our website in case you missed the email. So rest assured, you can get back to this information. I saw some faces going, so I want to make sure everybody can hear and see everything. So thumbs up if everything's going okay on your end. Yep. Okay. Amazing. Okay. One last housekeeping item. One more reminder. Q&A will be live at the end. So raising hands right now, you don't need to yet. Hold them until the end so that you can follow along. I also recommend, if you want, and if you have another device or another window, you might want to log into your portal and kind of follow along as we go through this information. So with that, we are going to move into next steps. All right. So these are your summer next steps. We've moved into July, and there's not a ton of things due in July, but they are some really big milestones. July 1st has already passed, and the deadline, that is a super important deadline. Your official transcripts were due on July 1st. If you miss that deadline, you need to order them today. When we get off this webinar, go order them. You will start getting messages from us telling you if we're missing them. Now, if your checklist item for your transcripts has turned into a yellow triangle and it says received and not yet reviewed, yeah, that means you have met the July 1st deadline. That means we have them. We just haven't had a chance to look at them yet. So if they're in that status, don't worry about it. We get thousands of transcripts right on that deadline, and there are not enough of us to review them that quickly. So a yellow triangle is good. I'll show you a screenshot of a checklist later and give you a few more tips on what to look for. The other item that opened in early July was for those of you students who are living on campus, move-in date selection I actually think was postponed until July 16th. So you haven't missed that yet. We had to push that one back a little bit. And then tonight, we're on July 9th. It's that webinar. If anybody took AP scores or SAT that you want to use as meeting prerequisites or university requirements, those documents are due to us by July 15th. Again, if you haven't ordered them and you need to get them in, just place the order tonight. Easy peasy. And then most importantly, because this is what we're focusing on tonight, the health insurance waiver is due at the end of the month. And Crystal is going to go into detail on that later. In August, we've got another webinar coming up. It's move-in prep, and then we'll revisit the idea of bills. The fee payment deadline is on August 19th, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that before we jump into the health items. Move-in then takes place shortly after that, and then new student orientation kind of spans over a few days. I know there's probably questions about orientation. We do not have final details on orientation yet. Right now, you all should have just gone in and registered. And if you haven't registered, you still can. It's on your checklist. But we don't know like exactly the sessions. So I expect later this month, you'll get an email inviting you to go back into the orientation tool and start selecting the exact days and times of the sessions you want to attend. So right now, just make sure you've done that initial registration. And then the other item, and we'll talk about this later on tonight, is the deadline to submit your immunizations. And then classes start that same day. So school starts in August. It is right around the corner. In our hot tips on the right-hand side, that first one says, read your email at least once a week. You all have a UC Merced email. If you're not checking it, start checking it. Okay, I'm going to move off this slide. And this is a screenshot of a student's checklist. This student is a little behind on some of the things they needed to do. So you can see up in the red, they have not yet registered for orientation. So if this student was on here right now, I would tell them, go register for orientation right now. All you do is click on this and it should take you to the tool. The tool was having some functionality issues. Those should all be worked out now. So if you were one of those students that said it wouldn't let me through, that should be fixed. And if it's not, email me and I will get you situated. Juan, if you want to drop my email in the chat, that would be amazing. The next one down, this student also hasn't submitted their final high school transcripts. So I would tell them, let's go order them right now. Most high schools, you just order them online. A lot of high schools use a tool called Parchment. It's an online tool. Pro tip, we know that you have to type in University of California Merced to get it to come up. Sometimes if you just type in Merced, it might not find it, but we're in there, I promise. And then the other 4 items on this student's checklist are kind of normal this time of year. They've got their health insurance waiver, their immunization compliance. There's 2 items kind of related to that one, and then the SHAPE training. On the list of all these things, SHAPE training is due last. As you can see, it doesn't even have a deadline yet. So get all the other things done and then go to your SHAPE training. Once your items are done, they move down into the green and they're completed and they're checked off. If an item, again, is in yellow, it will stay up in that red section, and yellow is okay. Yellow means we're working on it. Now, if your item is yellow and then reverts back to red and it says incomplete, that means there's something else we need from you, and you should be getting an email from us with more details. Okay, and then down at the bottom, you can also see a legend. All right, moving off this one. Okay, next. Juan, can you drop the link to this one? So as I said, the fee payment deadline is in August 19th. So I want to make sure that everybody is prepared for either what they may need to pay or what their refund might look like. In this example, this student is getting a refund, and I'm going to go through this real quick. But Juan is going to drop a link in the chat for how you all can get to this. So if you want to grab that link, I think he's getting to it. I see him furiously typing. If you want to grab that link and click on it while I'm talking, then you can see your specific information individually. Section A, what you're looking at here, is basically your expected costs. They're not exact, but they're really, really close. Okay. So you've got your fees and tuition. This student is planning to live on campus, so they've also got line 3 populated. Look at all those faces. I love it. And so they have a total charges that we're expecting for the fall semester a little over 20,000. Section B is where you're going to see kind of all your free money, your grants and scholarships that we've awarded to students. And it kind of lists them out there individually. Section C are any loans that you may have accepted. Loans got turned on basically on July 1st, so you can go in and start accepting and declining those loans if you want to. And then down at the bottom, section D, line 17, you're either going to see a red or a green number. Red is that's how much you're going to need to plan to pay or borrow loans to cover. And then if it's green, that's what you can expect to receive back from us. Now, keep in mind, this does not have books and supplies in it. So you will need money for books. All that you're seeing on here are the direct costs that you're going to get from us. The other item that this populates to 0 on, and we'll talk about this later, is your health insurance. And that's just because we assume that most of you are going to waive out of our insurance. And if you don't, then you will get a charge for our health insurance. If you happen to be one of those students, contact the Students First Center and we can talk to you about how your financial aid may adjust to help cover that expense. And Juan will drop our contact information in there. I'm going to say this one more time too. I see lots of hands going up. We're not going to pause to do questions yet. So the hand up we'll take care of those later on. We're going to do live Q&A at the end of all the slides. I just don't want you all to feel like I'm ignoring you because I see them coming up. I'm not ignoring you. Okay, I'm going to move off of this screen. Now, don't worry, we can come back to any of this because I know it's kind of a lot of information that I'm going through quickly right now, but we can come back to any of it. Okay, the next item is your actual bill. So some of you should see charges actually populated in there now. Everybody on this webinar should be registered in courses right now. You should be in at least 12 units. If you are not, you need to contact your academic advisor ASAP. In fact, that person has probably sent you multiple emails trying to get a hold of you to offer guidance on registration. So if you're one of those students, you need to talk to your academic advisor ASAP or just register yourself. Juan can drop a link for step-by-step registration instructions as well, because you can just register yourself. Registration is open. But if you need a little guidance, we are here to help you. So for those of you who are registered in courses, your bill is going to start showing things now. If you logged into your portal, see at the top where it's got the red arrow and it's pointing to the My Bill. If you click on that icon, that's where you actually get to your bill. And so at this point, I don't know that you're actually going to see housing charges yet if you're living on campus, but you definitely should see charges for courses. You also will not see any authorized financial aid over here yet. It's just too early for that to have happened. That's why I showed you the tool prior to this to help you get an idea of what this is going to look like when all of those items kind of settle, probably towards the latter end of this month. Okay, there's a lot of tools in here, but I don't want you to freak out if you don't see your authorized financial aid in here, or if this isn't currently matching that other tool, because right now that's normal and that's expected. All right, I'm going to move to the next one. Okay, the other thing that you should know about in here is you can add someone to have access to your My Bill. By giving them access to the My Bill, that's all you're giving them access to. You're not giving them access to anything else in your portal. It's just the bill section. And this is what that's called. It's called a payer. And so over on the left-hand side, you'll click on My Account, and then you'll go to the payers and add a payee or send a payer invitation. And you can add as many of those as you want. But basically, if anybody is paying your bills on your behalf, like if your parents are helping you pay for things, grandma and grandpa are helping you pay for things, you have a donor that is sponsoring you something amazing, you can give them access to make payments on your behalf. And you do that right here. Okay, next slide. This is what the payer invitation looks like. And then basically they get an email prompting them to access the tool. Okay. This is what your bill is like, the detailed account activity. So the other one was high level, what I showed you. But on the left-hand side, if you actually click on activity details, this is where you can see everything that's making up your bill. This becomes very useful, especially for any of you that like need this for accounting purposes. Your parents might need it. This is a really good place to see what's actually making up your bill. And if you want help understanding this, you can contact the Students First Center, and we're happy to go through it with you in detail. All right, moving on. Okay, the other thing I want to remind people of is that we also offer a payment plan. So if you are one of those people that still has red numbers down at the bottom of that spreadsheet that I showed you, if you don't want to borrow a loan and you want to do a payment plan, you are more than welcome to choose that option. We just want to help you find the right option for your specific needs. Some people may borrow a little bit of a loan and do a payment plan. Everybody's situation is going to be unique. And again, it's up to you on how you want to take care of that, the rest of the portion that's due for your bill. On this screen, you're seeing when the payment plan enrollment opens, which is August 1st. And then when the payments are due, basically what it does is it divides your payments into 4 payments. And you have to owe at least $500 to be on the payment plan. So that red number has to be 500 or more. Okay, that might be, yes, that is the end of me talking at you because you're probably tired of hearing my voice for a minute. I'm going to turn it over to Crystal, and we're going to go into health insurance.
Hello again, everybody. Again, my name is Crystal Reed. I am the health insurance admin supervisor at UC Merced, and let's get into it. So for the health insurance waiver, that is located on your checklist. It is labeled Fall Health Insurance Waiver. And I do want to make sure to remind everybody the deadline is July 27 at 4:30 p.m. As of July 27th, 4:31 p.m., we are no longer accepting waivers and there are no extensions. We do not give extensions or exceptions. I do want to make everyone aware of that it is a very hard deadline. It is a hard deadline because we do give UC Merced students 3 months to actually fill it out. And we do have the longest waiver period of all of the UCs in the UC system. So for our waiver criteria, we do have students who have HMO plans, EPO, and Medi-Cal must have a primary care provider within 55 miles of campus. So if you have an HMO plan through like an employer or EPO, you can actually contact your insurance. They can give you a list of all of the providers within 55 miles of campus, and you would just have to choose which one for the student, or the student can choose it. And that would need to be updated in their system, and you would just have to show proof in the waiver, which you should be able to do because you can upload up to, I believe, 4 documents. The insurance must be major medical insurance. We actually have a link on our website that actually tell you, what the criteria of the insurance needs to be. It needs to be at least in line with the Affordable Care Act compliant insurances. We do accept the Medi-Cal, like I said, but we only accept Medi-Cal for certain counties. And that is Fresno, Madera, Merced, Mariposa, Stanislaus, and San Joaquin. Those are approved Medi-Cal counties because students are able to select a primary care provider within 55 miles. So again, if you have insurance within those counties, it is accepted to waive out. Now for Kaiser Medi-Cal, it is a little bit different. Kaiser Medi-Cal falls under the Medi-Cal rules. So that means that students will have to change their county over to Merced or in the following accepted Medi-Cal counties. And again, we do have on our website instructions on how to change your county over to Merced. You're now students who are doing this, you are not actually, if students are under their parents' Medi-Cal, you're not actually canceling their Medi-Cal under the parent and giving them their own. All it is updating a residential address, letting the state and Medi-Cal know, hey, my student is attending UC Merced. Temporarily, we need their benefits to move to Merced. We do allow medical exemptions if students need to keep their primary care provider or their Medi-Cal county in their home county, and that must be filed via email on or before, it is incorrect on here, but it's on or before July 27th at 4:30 p.m. For medical exemptions, students have to file their waiver. It will get denied, which is not a problem. As long as your waiver is on file, that's what matters. But it'll have to be filed via email. And that'll be in our, the students can send that email to insurance@ucmerced.edu. I'll be adding the contact information in the chat. And once we receive that medical exemption request, that actually gets sent to our board of providers. They're the medical exemption board, and they are the ones who determine whether it's denied, approved, or if they're needing more information. Documents that need to be uploaded to the waiver are the health plan card. So whether it's for an employer plan, Medi-Cal, that card front and back needs to be uploaded. If it's for Medi-Cal, we also require the BIC card, which is your state card. So it's either the blue and white card or the card that has the poppy flowers on it, the orange flowers. A summary of benefits will also need to be uploaded, and that's for commercial insurances, PPO plans, EPO plans. For Medi-Cal, we don't require that summary of benefits to be uploaded because it is a very thick 300-page book. So it'll take up too much space in the document upload area. So we don't require that for students who have Medi-Cal. And then again, like I said before, to transfer your Medi-Cal benefits to Merced, we actually have a how-to instruction PDF that'll give you detailed instructions on who you need to call, the numbers, what information you need to give for that. And now moving over to UC Ship Insurance. If you don't plan on waiving out, students who want to enroll in our UC Ship Insurance will actually have to do absolutely nothing. You don't need to submit a request to enroll, absolutely nothing you need to do. And beginning August 15th, that's when UC Ship will the insurance will begin. UC Ship is Affordable Care Act compliant. It is a self-funded plan, so students are actually paying into enroll. It is major medical, dental, vision, and pharmacy insurance. So the medical and vision insurance is through Anthem Blue Cross. The dental insurance is through Delta Dental. And our prescriptions and pharmacy is through Optum. It is a managed PPO plan, which means students are able to go anywhere they would like outside of the student health center, but the student health center is their primary care provider. So students can, if they're not feeling good, anything like that, they can come to the health center. And students on UC Ship, they don't pay at the health center, they don't pay any co-pays, co-insurance, anything like that for the services they receive at the student health center. Students can download their insurance cards through the App Store or Google Play, and they would download the Sydney Health app and the Delta Dental app. And I do want to let students know that we do not send home any physical cards. Everything is digital. So through that Sydney Health app, students will have their insurance cards. They can actually check on their claims. They can look for providers anywhere in the area, or actually anywhere, not just in Merced, but in the US or abroad. UC Ship does cover everywhere in the US as well as abroad. If they decide to study abroad, it will cover them there as well. For all students, whether they have UC Ship or not, um, we do not currently charge as of right now. Beginning August 15th, there will be small charges for students who don't have UC Ship. So like a $10 office visit. Everything is very minimum. So out in the community, if you go, some copays, you're looking at about $20, $30 to see a primary care provider. At our health center, we charge $10. For UC Ship, because we only bill UC Ship insurance, students won't have out-of-pocket copays or office visits or anything like that. For UC Ship, referrals are required. So if a student is on our insurance plan and they decide, like, for example, I need to see a dermatologist, and they want an appointment, students will have to see one of our providers at the student health center to receive a referral in order to go see a dermatologist. Again, it's a managed PPO plan, so they can go anywhere, but they do need a referral from one of our providers. As well as if they go home for winter break and students are like, I want to see my provider at home, they will have to get a primary care uh, referral from one of our providers and for those claims to get paid. If not, the student is responsible for that for the charge they incur with their provider, as well as we do give retro referrals, meaning if a student went to go see their provider at home during winter break and then came back on campus and requested a referral, then that technically that referral has to be retroed back to that date. And we only give one retro referral per academic year. So we do advise students, please come and see one of our providers for those referrals. There are exceptions, which is ER visits, OBGYNs, urgent care, optometry, and dental. And we can move on to the next slide. For immunization requirements, these are the vaccination requirements that the UC requires all students to have. There is a QR code there where students can get more information. Um, I do know that when students upload their immunization records, the X won't change into a check mark right away. Reason being is that one of our nurses, our immunization nurse, will actually have to go through and manually check the dates and see if there's anything missing. Once the immunization nurse has approved it, then that X will turn into a green check mark. Again, any that QR code will take you to any information that you need regarding immunization, any other questions about the health center, what services they provide. And again, our website is your best source of information for the health center and health insurance.
All right, Crystal, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, don't forget, we're going to do live Q&A very, very soon. Like I told you, there's going to be tons of time to answer questions because we've only got one more slide. All right, moving on to FERPA. What is FERPA? FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. So, Seek, was I going to have you do this slide? I feel like I was.
You were. Did you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
I'll give you a 10-second break. Hello, Bobcats. It's me again. Sosik, no last name, because I'll be the only Sosik on campus, I promise. Just to tell you what FERPA is, and you'll be hearing this quite a bit, and it applies to parents as well and everyone. Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. What does it really mean? It's a federal law that protects your privacy as a student and your educational records. It applies to all records, including your grades, class schedule, billing information, financial aid status. So all that is under FERPA. And we'll tell you a little bit more how it applies to your academic records. I think we are going to have Malchi talk about how it applies to you academically.
Mighty, are you going to tell us about the Bobcat Advising Center and how you all handle FERPA?
Yes. So thank you for having me here. My name is Maichi Laura. So, like I mentioned earlier, I am one of the academic advisor at the Bobcat Advising Center. So we do encounter the FERPA form quite often. We're currently utilizing FERPA also in the summer, and FERPA comes along with us in the fall semester and also moving forward into the spring semester. So, for example, in our office, when a student wants to invite a family member, it could be a brother, a sister, aunt, uncle, or a mom or dad, or two parents, both parents, to join our virtual Zoom appointment or a Zoom login, if we can see that through the webcam, if we can see that there's somebody else with the student in the room, we typically automatically want to ask the student for permission. Advisors are not allowed to disclose anything because that's your confidential information. We'll be covering about your classes, your grades. We won't cover billing information or financial information. Usually we refer students out to the appropriate resource, but we'll be covering a lot of details about your academic records. And so as the advisor responsibility, we are here to protect your privacy. So we'll ask for your permission. If it's online, then it's a virtual consent. And we do document that too. If it's in person, we do have a BAC FERPA form where we'll have the student to will review the policy first, and then the student will check off whatever they want us to disclose to the parent or whoever their family member who might be in the room with us. We'll go over the form, and then once there's an agreement, if the student allowed the person for us to share anything, we'll go ahead then and invite the family members to join us in the meeting. So that's in person, but online we will do that verbally through Zoom, and then once the student gives us consent, the family member can chime in and have a conversation with us. We will only disclose up to whatever the student is willing for us to share. We won't go beyond that. So just so you know that it's really different. College is really different from high school. You have your college academic record belongs to you. So that is your privacy, and we're here to protect that. And you have the right to protect that, to have that confidential information to yourself. So remember that if you're going to invite anybody, any adult to learn about your academic record, we will have to ask for your permission first. So just keep that in mind that FERPA is we strongly use that policy to make sure that we are protecting you at all time.
And then the other thing that is very different from high school is most high schools have online portals where parents get their own login and you can see grades and things like that. We do not have that at UC Merced. So the only thing that your parent can get access to in your portal is the My Bill, and that's if you add them as a payer. The rest of your record in your student portal is just you. So in order to share grade information with your family, you would need to share an unofficial transcript with them or just have a conversation. I think it's important to have those conversations with family members, and especially to kind of set the expectation before you leave. It's nice to have family members or supporters who are championing you as you move through this kind of next phase of life. And sharing how you're doing academically is one way that these people can support you. So conversations about your progress is a good thing to have with your family. But also know that if you are not comfortable, there isn't an online tool where they're going to get access without your permission. The permission that Maichi was talking about is during academic advising. It doesn't give access to your portal. Okay, I hope we didn't confuse you too much. And like I said, there was plenty of time for questions. So if anything was confusing, if anything, piqued your interest and you want to learn more, we are going to do live questions right now. And basically, I'm just going to go in order. So I'm going to call your name, you're going to unmute yourself, and then one of us will answer your questions. So Benton, it looks like you are first on my list.
I was questioning about how to do a academic form for parental permission for academic advising. Carla was our temporary summer advisor, and she recommended getting a parental academic form approved so that my parent could approve, be involved in the academic counseling.
So they're wanting
Also,
the FERPA form
oh,
for their
yeah.
Bobcat advising appointments. Yeah.
So yes, go ahead.
No, please. Thank you.
For what I know, every academic advising department have their own FERPA form as well too. So it is what I just covered a few minutes ago. Basically, for Carla is just letting you know that hey, before we can disclose any information between any family members, sounds like you want a parent to be part of your in the conversation, right? So before Carla can disclose anything, she just basically wanted to refer you to submit a FERPA form so that you can go over that and submit that back to Carla, and so that she's well informed to understand, okay, what is it that you are willing to disclose to a family member in the meeting, or what is it that you don't want to disclose, so that she's aware of just only sharing what is
Right.
whatever you
Right.
give her
So,
the permission to share.
yeah. So Carla is the temporary advisor for the summer for transfer. What's the best way to fill out the FERPA form?
Okay, so are you the student or are you the parent?
My student is right here.
Okay, so if you're a transfer student,
Yes.
that is a little different than what we just talked about. Bobcat advising is all for first year students. So Carla, I did not know they had that for transfer students. So I am going to recommend that you reach directly out to Carla and ask her for that. Juan, can you Google and see if you can find that form for engineering students? Because
Awesome.
I'm assuming you're an engineering student, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can find anything. If we can't, then email Carla directly and ask her for the link to the form.
Okay, great. Because there was a hiccup before when we were trying to work with Carla.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's pretty good and pretty responsive. So I feel confident this will work out. But
Fantastic.
yeah. Any other questions?
No, that should do it. Thank you so much. You guys been awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, yes. My question was mainly about financial aid. Um, you said like it's like technically already supposed to be out, like my billing and stuff. I'm an in-state student and my financial aid is still saying I'm out of state, even though like when my enrollment coach looked at everything, he says it says I'm in state, but my financial aid still says out of state, and it's been saying that for like 3 weeks now.
Okay. Did you qualify for AB 540?
Ooh, what's that?
Okay. So we're gonna need to look you up individually. Go ahead, Soseek.
So, Michaela, I'm just grabbing your information down myself right now, and I'm just going to verify the last name I see on there. The starting with a G, ending with two F's is you.
Yes.
And you will be contacted tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, because this we have to look at individually, and we will in Students First Center. I personally will contact you tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Yay.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Soseek. All right. Any other questions, Michaela?
Also about the the health insurance. I am currently with Kaiser. Do I just transfer everything to out there? Is there a local Kaiser by Merced?
There are two Kaisers that students are able to choose. So it's Fresno, that falls within the 55 miles, or Modesto. What I will recommend for the waiver is you choose a provider from either Fresno or Modesto and actually upload a screenshot of that provider that you're choosing. And that's just as backup. And that's just as backup for the system and the auditors.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all I had to ask.
All right. Okay, let's see. We've got Amy next. Amy Guido Quinteros. I think I got it.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Can you hear? Okay. I can see that in my account activity detail, like it's wavered the health insurance, but what is the UG Fall Health Mandatory Insurance. Can I not waive that either?
So the waiver is probably the exact same price as the mandatory insurance, right? Is it the same number?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
canceled each other out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you got a charge, and then because you qualified for the waiver, we put the waiver on and canceled that charge out.
All right. Sounds good. And then I have another question. So, like, when are the AP scores going to be processed to like register for a class that would be the next class, since the AP score would cover the prereq that I was supposed to do?
Are they in the yellow triangle status on your checklist?
Yes, they are.
Okay, cool. Are you a first year or a transfer?
I'm a first year.
Okay. Maichi, can you give her the link to her advisors so she can get an appointment with them or walk in?
Yes, I can drop that in the chat.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I register for my classes as soon as possible because
Oh,
they're getting really full.
are you not in any classes?
Oh, I am. I just
Okay,
like I don't want to take my prereq class because it's already.
got it. Maichi's gonna get you the link to academic advising. You need to go see an academic advisor like ASAP, and they will help you with that right now.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next we have, okay, and I really apologize if I say this incorrectly. Ritzia Alvarez?
Yeah, hi. I have a question about the healthcare waiver, because I'm in LA and I had my medical, but then I went to the medical office and they tell me that they cancel my medical and tell me that I have to fill out for benefits to Merced, but then I fill out the application, and they just call me today and tell me that I have to apply for the benefits again in my county. So it's
No,
like,
what they told you is incorrect. That's incorrect. So all you needed to do is update your residential address to either your dorm address that if you are going to be living on campus, or if you if you're living outside of campus. That's all you were going to do. If they told you they have to cancel your benefits in LA County, then what you do is you actually ask for a supervisor, because that caseworker told you incorrectly. You don't need to cancel your benefits in LA. All you're doing is temporarily changing yours to Merced because you're a student. And on our website, we actually have a letter that is in the medical handbook that states exactly what the caseworker has to do.
okay, yeah, but they already canceled it, and that's why I applied for Merced, but then I have to reapply for my
For
medical
LA.
in my county. Yeah, and then
Okay.
they just called me today, so I have to do it, and I don't think I'm gonna make the deadline.
Okay. What I'm going to recommend you do is you actually send us an email,
Okay.
because we're going to have to contact you directly and see what we can do for that.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
Can
welcome.
you put the email in my chat or in the
It
chat?
is in the chat, our contact information.
Okay.
Right. And I'm
Yeah.
going to drop it again real quick. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Maichi, I think you have to redrop yours to everyone. I don't think the guests can see that one.
Okay, I'm going to try it again.
Thank you. Okay, next we've got Khan, Kan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. I have a few questions. One is about the is about the financial undergraduate affordability tool that was sent out at the beginning of the Zoom.
Mhm.
It's just that I'm looking at that. I can't tell whether or not my financial aid is paying for that. So is it possible I'm just looking at it wrong, or is it possible that
It is possible you might need help interpreting it. contact the Students First Center because we don't want to dig deep into just you specifically. We want to keep your information private. So Juan dropped the contact for the Students First Center. Either call or email us tomorrow and we will help you with that.
All right, then I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But like, can I still ask
Sure.
a few more questions?
Yep.
Okay. Well, another question is about the whole health insurance deadline for the well, not the deadline, but like the health insurance on our checklist. It's just that when doing that, it's just that if I'm understanding this right, if we don't have our own health insurance to apply for the UC Merced health insurance, we have to do the thing on the checklist or not to do it because I kind of.
If you don't have your own insurance, your own health insurance, you don't have to file the waiver and you'll automatically be enrolled in UC SHIP.
Oh, so if I want to use the UC Merced waiver, do not do the thing on the checklist for it then.
Correct. If you want the UC Merced insurance, don't do the checklist.
All right then. I'm not sure if I need it yet or not. I haven't talked to my mom about that, but
Okay.
I just need that confirmation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. We've got Ritzia. Hi. Did you have a question?
No, I already asked my question. I don't know.
Okay. It just
Yeah.
had you on there twice.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Thank you. All right.
Thank
We've
you.
got Vincent next.
Hey, good afternoon. My question is about on the checklist. One of them has the mandatory shape training. I did it like way before, but when I'm seeing on my checklist, it's not marked and there's no date about it.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a little bit of a problem with that tool. If you did it before June 1st, unfortunately, you have to do it again because they've updated the training, and it'll be on there. Do it after July 15th.
After July 15th. Okay.
Yeah, we just found out about this actually this morning.
Okay. That clears up a lot for me.
Yeah.
My second question is I am under Medi-Cal.
Mhm.
I'm here in Contra Costa County. But if I'm trying to change to Merced, how do I do it? Is there like a specific link to call my insurance provider in order to change it?
Yes, we do have instructions on our website. It's under on the chat for insurance contact. There's actually a section that states how to waive. And what you do is you're not going to contact your insurance provider. You're going to contact your Medi-Cal caseworker.
Medi-Cal caseworker.
Yeah, your caseworker, the person who handles your actual account on Medi-Cal. And what you'll tell them is, I'm attending UC Merced. Here's my dorm address. I need you to update my residential address. That change can take anywhere from 3 business days to 30. So that's why we advise students to do it as soon as possible because Medi-Cal does like to take their time. And it won't update, it could be, again, 3 business days or 30. What I can recommend if you are changing your county, once you've done that with your caseworker, you can actually request a form called explanation of benefits, and it has your new address on there. And we actually take that as proof as you've already done the work. It's going to take some time to transfer, but you can upload that to your waiver and we will accept that.
Okay. And one last thing before I go. Will this Zoom be available afterwards? Like, is this like recorded so I can watch
Yes.
it back afterwards? Okay.
Yep. And Juan's going to drop the link where you can find it on the website. We will also email it out. And Vincent, I just redropped the link to the instructions for how to waive with Medi-Cal as well. So grab those out of the chat.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
that's it for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. All right, Anne, you're next.
Hi. So we were wondering about how to access the list that you mentioned at the beginning of the billing section with the red or green number at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Juan will redrop the link for you. Easy peasy. Was that your only question?
We've also kind of got a question about the what's it called? Well, the orientation, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
So what days are parents able to be there, and what days are like just student only? Because both of our days like are 23rd to 25th is what it says.
Yeah. Um, so there is a parent day. Basically, are you living on campus?
Yeah, I'm living on campus. Currently speaking is I'm Caitlin, I'm going to be joining Merced this year.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Your parent orientation will correspond with your move-in, and you'll be able to go and select your move-in time starting the 16th of this month. So because we don't want them to have to make more than one trip. So it will align with that same day.
Okay, so and then move-ins are during the period of like 23rd through 25th.
I actually think it starts on the 19th and goes a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's like
Hello,
a
this is Anne. I'm Caitlin's mom. I had set up the registration for the 23rd, and it turns out the 23rd is only for the students. And so I'm having a hard time going back to change that to a window between the 19th and the 22nd so I can be there for the parent orientation. How do I do that?
So you wouldn't have been able to select the student dates for the parent.
It
What
did.
it shouldn't have let you do that.
Yeah, did you accidentally click student when you were signing it up?
No, I did it for the guest.
So either way, none of us on this webinar can fix that for you, unfortunately. My recommendation is I would do two things. One, I would email the orientation office and we'll put their contact information in there right now. But two,
Okay.
I wouldn't stress about it until they actually have move-in times ready and they have the specific sessions for orientation ready, because you're going to go back into that
Okay.
tool and you're going to select the specific sessions and choose your move-in time. So I wouldn't worry too much about it,
Fantastic.
but I would send an email to orientation just to kind of get that ball rolling.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Richard, it is your turn now.
Hello. Uh, yes, I would like to. I think one of my answers was somewhat already answered previously. Because I recently just filed that for a transfer over to Merced County with my Medi-Cal, and I know there's gonna be some time, but my question is, I haven't necessarily elected a provider yet, and I was thinking about choosing a provider once it's transferred there in Merced County. And I am transferring in as as a transfer student, and I wanted to know, um, would it be best if uh, as you said, what is that form that you said, if I'm not mistaken, that
The verification of benefits.
yeah. So if I can just, do I need to have a provider right now necessarily to waive off the form to elect it?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to let us know about a provider. What'll happen is, um, once you get transferred over, once you get transferred over from your home county over to Merced County, you will be put into the Merced County program, which is Central California Alliance for Health. They
Uh-huh.
actually put you down as an administrative member for 30 days. So they give you 30 days to actually choose your provider. For us, for the waiver, we know you're going to do that work once it's transferred over. But if
Uh-huh.
you get that verification of benefit form with your address, the one in Merced, we accept that and we can get that approved.
Okay, so I can request that from my caseworker, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the verification of benefits. All right,
Yes.
and all right, okay, so I'm just gonna have that. Uh, well, I haven't moved in up to my apartment in Merced yet, but all my mail is still being received down to another county. But just, I assume in that letter it would probably describe that it's verified and everything.
Well, that letter will have your new address on it. And that's the proof that we need that you've already done the work and changed your address with Medi-Cal.
Oh, okay. So should I just change? Because I'm just changing my physical address, correct? So,
Your
but
residential.
yeah, my
Yeah.
residential address. However, my mailing address is still at in another county.
That's fine. Yeah. As
Okay.
long as it's just your residential address that's been updated.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll probably reach out to my caseworker then and request for you said verification of benefits?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you. That was
You're
pretty much what I
welcome.
wanted to know. And you said I don't have to choose a provider until I'm already pretty much within the month settled in.
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we are going to take one more question. And while we take that question, Juan, can you do two things for me? Can you drop our contact information? Maichi, can you redrop the BAC contact information? And Crystal, can you drop the insurance information for where they can make appointments too? So just so everybody knows, because we're only going to be able to do one more question, you can reach out to us at any time. We are open Monday through Friday all summer long. We're not open on Saturday and Sunday. We do need time off too. But you can make appointments with us via Zoom. All of our office takes Zoom appointments. You can email us, you can call us, all the things. So please just reach out with your questions. We are here to help. And so we're ready for you. I'm also, so Leland, you're next. And while you're asking your question, I'm also going to drop a link where if you put your name and email in, you can get entered to win a fridge for your new dorm or new apartment. It's a mini fridge, not a full size fridge, but a mini fridge. So I will do that. And then Leland, you're going to be our last question.
Hi, this is Charmaine. I'm actually Leland's mom. I have him here with me, but we have a question because he's going to be a commuter student. For the health care waiver, is that still required?
Well, actually, for the healthcare, for the waivers, all students are mandated to submit a waiver or enroll in UC Ship. So it's either or. If it's a commuter student, we do need your student to reach out to us and let us know from where they're commuting and how many days of the week they'll be on campus. And that will actually go to UCOP, which is University of California Office of the President. They're the ones in charge of the UCs, and we either get the approval or denial from them.
Okay, so will the 55-mile rule be enforced? Because our doctor is literally 56 miles from UC Merced.
No. So if they approve it, then you don't have to worry about switching over the provider.
So Crystal,
Okay,
where
great.
do they
I
get
think
that?
that answers it.
Where do they get that form? Or is it in the waiver?
The commuter, no, they just have to email us and let us know.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, everybody. That is the end of our time tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Like I said, grab the contact information out of the chat. I'm going to stay on for just a minute to let you kind of grab the links you need. One, we've got all the contact information in there. Feel free to email us, make an appointment, call us, whatever you need to do. This recording will be out in a couple of days and it'll be online so you can get back to it. But if you want one-on-one help, just reach out to us. Thank you so much. And like Sosik just said, we'll see you all very soon. Okay, bye everybody.